All right, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how to use the GEP's genome browser. This will be the main page that you come to, and of course you want to go to the genome browser. You will click here. All right, over here it says genome browser, that's it. There's also something called BLAT, and you may be using that as well. But right now we want to go to the genome browser, and this is where we go. Now, as a general rule, you're going to use Drosophila melanogaster, and we'll be using this particular release. There are others that are more modern, but that's the one they use in the, actually they're not, there's just these two. Interesting. Well, what's that last one? Nope. So we'll use this one. Maybe this is the most recent. So if we want to use Drosophila, we more or less click there. If you're going to use another one, they want you to use Eugroscelis here. And if you click over here, you'll switch to Eugroscelis. Notice it's here. And so that isn't always obvious which one you're using. But you'll use Drosophila and you'll use Eugroscelis by clicking over here. So when you go, you're going to be wanting I think it's the ANTP gene. And so you'll click that in there and you'll go to that gene. And then you'll get a list, and I forget which one it is you're supposed to use, RE maybe, so you click to RE. And this brings up the main browser that you're going to be looking at, and this can be kind of confusing. Now realize the arrows tell you the direction that you're reading the strand, and I should say the pluses. This is the plus strand. You can reverse the strand by clicking here. All right, so in this one, I believe you're going to have to reverse the strand at least once. All right, and going back and forth, make sure you know if you're in the plus or minus strand. So which direction are we going? Are we on the strand going left to right, 5' to 3' left to right, or are we 5' to 3' going right to left? Which is also the complement. You'll have to know which one you're in. It'll tell you what to do. Now, up here, you type in your position. We are on chromosome 3R6, so you'll be reporting this. This is your position here. That's one of the first things that it asks you. You can zoom in and zoom out. Make sure you get those correct. I get confused every now and then. I'll hit the wrong one. But you can jump all the way into base level or all the way out to the entire chromosome using these two sets of instructions. So here we are looking at the entire chromosome with these black and kind of pinkish looking regions, and we are in an R region, and I believe that means that's the black region. No, that is not what that means. Sorry, that's an arm. So I think it means tightly compacted. I have forgotten actually what the bands mean now. But the idea is you will type in the region that you're looking for, and if you're going to CHR chromosome 3R, and if I wanted to go to the first 100 bases, let's say I wanted to go to 100 to 1000, I could do something like this, and it would take me there. So here we start at 100 over here somewhere. You can see the little red line that tells you where you're at, and you're way over here at the beginning. We start, they're showing you 100, 150, 200, 250, and as you can see, there doesn't look like there are any genes here. But and we can zoom in maybe if we wanted. All right, you could zoom all the way in until you see the A, C, G's, and T's. Now, when you come down here, there are things you can reverse it, like I said, like this, or back. We can hide stuff. All right, notice it got a lot shorter when we did hide all. And we can do track searches. There are all kinds of things you can do. Now, what you're mainly going to be doing is choosing certain things. These are data that you will display up here. So if I want to see the GC percentage, right now it's set to hide. And if I want to see full is the most. You see the most information with full, dense, and hide. There are some others that you can choose, but full will be everything, and it will tell you in the worksheets which one you want. So I'm going to do that, GC percentage, and then I hit refresh, and it shows me GC. So we've talked about GC, so you kind of see as you go along this region here, the GC percentage changes, low GC, high GC, that sort of thing. Now if we zoom out a little, that's going to look a little different. Actually very consistent. I am surprised. Oh, that is interesting. I've never looked at GC percentage in flies before. But that is not what it looks like in humans. Now that makes sense though. We use CPG islands. So actually I just learned something there. So when you want to change one of these, let's say we want to look at ChIP-seq, we hit the plus button here, and maybe we want to look at ChIP-seq data for histones. Let's click that one, and I'll go. There's something called squish hide. We'll go full, and I'll refresh, and it's going to add information. So interesting. We're seeing peaks here for particular histone marks, and so these particular histones are located along here according to their ChIP-seq data. That is not one of the ones that you use in this worksheet, but I'm just showing you how you could use this. You have more ChIP-seq tracks. Don't know what those are exactly. Let's see, expression and regulation, that'll be something you might use. More or less DHS is telling you where there are histones and where there are not, and along through certain cell lines. So you can use that, and you will be doing this. You'll be using this one right here, the Cellniker. I'll go ahead and do full. I think they do pack. Let's do pack. It's not quite the same as full, and we refresh, and we get that data along with it with GC percentage, and maybe there is no C-linker for this one because I don't see it on here. I see the histones GC percentage. Maybe that's it down here, the blue. No, that's the that's histones again. So the idea here is you would see something different here, but they may not have data for that. So let's go, let's try this cage transcription start site. I'll do full, and we'll refresh again. And yeah, they don't have any data here for cage. So that's kind of, you see blanks, and that will happen to you. There will be cases where you don't have cage. Now something else that you'll do is short match. So let's do full. I'm going to go refresh. All right, now the thing is, you don't get anything for your short match. It would be up here somewhere, I believe. Or let's see. Yeah, there's nothing for the Cellniker, but the short match, you have to actually put in a match. So when you do short match, you go here and you click on the thing, and then you put in the sequence that you're looking for. And let's say I'm going to look for Gaga. I'm going to look for just GAGA. Let's just see if we find that. And did we find any? No, we did not. I don't think we did. Trying to find it here. Where's the short match? M code. Oh, perfect matches for short match. No, you don't see anything along here. Oh, yes, you do. Right here. It's just we're not zoomed in enough. So be careful about that. So let's zoom in a little. Hopefully it stays on there. Yes. So here is our perfect match. So GAGA, and here we have one right there and right there. So make for sure that you understand how to use this. Now, at different times, you'll want to clear everything. So you'll have to go in and, where is it? Hide all. You can hide everything and then redo your choices here, and it'll have you doing that. So what you're doing here is you're displaying databases. There's data there, and you're looking for things, transcription start sites, and you're looking for sequences, and you're matching it up with, say, histone data like we just showed. That's kind of how you use this. So just be aware, you set your organism and your location like we did in the beginning. You zoom in and out to what you want. And like I said, you can zoom in so close enough to actually see the sequence, the AGCTs. Let's zoom in enough. There we go. We're slowly seeing the ACGTs. Now we're seeing them on the bottom. Sometimes you see them on the top. But like I said, you can zoom in so much that here we have individual bases. All right, and it's telling us where we are. We're at 2,281, and that's a G. All right, we have 10 bases through here. So this is how you use this. Let's look at the full GC percentage. I don't know if that will show when we're zoomed in this much. Yeah, it does. It's just not showing. It's not very useful. But that's kind of how you use the genome browser. So I wanted to show you that as you start that. Now, when you get to doing the worksheets, I'll give you a hint. If you watched this video and listened all the way to the end here, here's a big hint. A lot of the answers for these come later in the packet. So if you're doing these and you're really frustrated, keep reading on a little bit, and you'll often find, I'd say at least half of the answers are in the text of the packet later on in the exercise. So be aware of that. It's a way to improve your grade, I guess, if you'll just pay attention, read it closely. A lot of times the answers are actually given to you later on in the packet from an earlier question. All right, well, I will make a couple of more videos dealing with the exam, but I just wanted to give you this one to help you out. I know these are kind of long. Took me about 45 minutes per packet. I assume it's probably going to take you longer, maybe an hour, hour and a half. You know, twice as long for each one, so it's not going to be a short exercise on these packets. I understand that, but do the packets because there will also be questions from these in the exam for you to tell me something that you wouldn't know unless you had completed the packets. All right.